Okay, so good afternoon, everybody. We are here at Verita Neuro Mexico, and we are here with one of our STARS patients, which is Joao. Joao is from Brazil. He has a T9 injury, spinal cord injury, and he has been in treatment with us before. He has an epidural stimulator placed in 2021, and right now he's with us for remapping and stem cells again and physical therapy. So how are you, Joao?
Everything is fine. I'm almost ending my 3 weeks here of remapping, and I'm every day getting better. Really happy.
Excellent.
Here.
Can you tell us a little bit about you, Joao? When was your injury? How was your injury?
I am 24 years old. In 2018, I fell from 10 meters and broke the T9 vertebra. I had a complete injury, and I always was an independent person who loves sports. So in the beginning, it was really hard to accept this challenge and deal with it. But with time, it gets better.
So Joao, before coming the first time with us, how was your condition? What can you do or did, or what could you not do before coming to us the first time?
So how I told you guys, I had a complete injury, so I couldn't move nothing below my chest. I always did physiotherapy, but I needed like braces to stand up. I didn't have any voluntary contraction. Since the video stimulation, I have voluntary contractions and I can walk. I'm starting to walk and stand by myself. So I would say that I jumped from a complete injury to an incomplete injury.
Okay. So you came here, we placed an epidural stimulation on your spinal cord, and you were here about 35 days, right? Last year. So after this, what could you do right after the treatment with us?
So I already saw gains right after the surgery. We started mapping in the hospital after the surgery, and I was able to move my legs and have more trunk control. The first idea was to get strength in the muscles. So this last year, I've been working in my quads, my glutes, so I will be able to stand for a long time and walk without help of someone.
Okay. After that, you went back home and you continue training and doing PT, right?
Yeah.
So did you feel that after being with us and continue with that, you improve in some level?
Yeah, a lot. I would say that physiotherapy is essential because the more you stimulate and use the stimulator, more connections you make and your body gets used to it. So it always improves. And I can see that the pre-stimulation adapts to the body and to the stimulus you send. So it's important to use constantly.
Okay. And right now you're back with us. We're very glad to have you here. And how has it been this time? You came here to remapping PT and stem cells again, right?
Yeah. So it's been 2 weeks. I'm very happy to be here. My goal is to walk with a walker alone. So we focus on that. Mostly programs are for getting stronger muscles and walk independently. But I had a great mapping program for bicycle that I'm really happy. So I'm improving every day here. And I think this next year will be so important. And I'll be starting to walk by myself for walker. The stem cells was really good, it didn't hurt. and it's 2 days you stay off just to recover. And I really like the routine here, and the team is perfect. They're great.
Thank you. Can you stand up right now? I mean, you don't have to do it. It's just a question. Can you stand up by yourself?
With the epidural stimulation, I'm able to stand by myself.
Okay. And you talk about walking with a walker. Have you been able to start doing some progress on that?
Yeah. Firstly, I need a lot of help of the physiotherapists to lock my knees, and so I could kick. Now I'm already locking my knees by myself, and I'm starting to have more kicks, hip flexions.
Okay, excellent. Can you tell me about the bladder and bowel control after this treatment too?
Sure. So I got, I would say, a strong bladder. First time I had a program for PIM, but I didn't got so adapted to it, so I'm not using as much. But I know a lot of people that uses. But my bladder and my intestine is much better since the last time.
Excellent.
Okay, and can you tell us a little bit about sensitivity? Like how does it improve or not after the epidural stimulation treatment and the first stem cells we use?
Yeah. So sensibility, I got like some centimeters below my injury. And one of the biggest things, I started feeling some numb feeling, and my hips, I started feeling vibration. So I'd say that it's going down the sensibility. So, but it's lower than the motor functions.
Okay. Do you feel that the surgery and coming to the treatment was a good decision?
For sure. I had how I said, I had a complete injury. Now I feel like I don't have a complete injury. And the remap is always an opportunity to get better and get new programs. So I strongly recommend everybody that has the opportunity to do the surgery.
Excellent. Joao, another thing I want to talk to you about is we just opened these facilities in Mexico. Actually, you're in the gym in the facility right now. So what do you think about the new facility?
It's really nice. So now it's everything in the same place. So that's best for training, for resting. It's everything adapt. I'm here by myself. I can do everything alone without help. The routine, it's hard because you have a lot of physiotherapy, but it pays off.
Excellent. Okay.
People ask a lot about injury, if your injury is complete or incomplete injury.
So I have a complete injury, and it was a very ugly injury. I fell from 10 meters, and like doctors told me the first time I talked to them that I would never walk again, that my spinal cord was completely injured. So that's it.
Okay. People ask too if did you have any complication or anything after the surgery, medically or in your health?
The only thing that changed a little bit was my spasms, but I would say that it's a good thing because it already happened that I could stay up without any program because of the spasm, and my legs got really strong. So I think it's normal to the spasm be stronger.
Okay. They are asking us if the treatment is in Mexico. The treatment, yeah, we only do it in Mexico, in the city of Guadalajara in Mexico. So yeah, this only. Let me see if we have more questions here. The treatment can be performed in a complete or incomplete injury. It doesn't matter. it's more depending on the level of injury. So more or less between C5 and T10, we can perform the surgery. Another question is how many times you need to do remapping. So I'm going to answer this question now, and I'm going to pass it to you, Joao. Usually it depends on the patient. It's totally up to the patient and the patient improvements in the motor area. So after we do the epidural stimulation, we program the stimulator, and then the patients go home with this program. But if they start improving, this program maybe need to renew, and that's the remapping. So it depends. So in your case, Joao, how long did it take from the first time you got out of the clinic to the remapping, and why? Why did you do it?
It took 1 year. I had a lot of physiotherapy and I was getting better each time. But after 1 year, I feel that the programs change a little bit, and I already had the strength necessary to do other programs I wanted. So it depends a lot in your goals and in how much you will do physiotherapy and rehab.
Okay. Someone is asking if you can stand up and show the people. So let's do that, but if you want, but in a while, okay?
Okay.
At the end of the talk, if you want to stand up, you can stand up, okay? Let me see if we have something else. Do you have something else? Okay. About stem cells, Joao, do you feel beside the epidural stimulation, do you feel stem cells can make a change on your injury, or did they make a change?
Yeah, I felt more about sensibility, the stem cells, and I think it's important for long term. So you're stimulating your spinal cord, you're gaining new paths, and you can restore the spinal cord with the stem cells. So I think it's a really good combo.
I think it's important to mention that the epidural stimulator program is basically for motor functions. When we put the epidural stimulation, we are aiming on the motor functions, on maybe blocking the knees when you stand up, and maybe doing some steps and moving your lower limbs. But not the epidural stimulation has nothing to do with the sensitivity of the lower limbs. So stem cells can be helpful.
And I think it's also really important for you to know what Joao already say, that he worked a lot after epidural stimulation, and a lot of physical therapy is not magic. You need to do the treatment, and after that continue working to improve all the programs you already settled for you. So that's really important to know.
Okay, here's another question, Joao. Were you able to regain your sexual function?
I didn't lost my sexual functions, but it got much better after the epidural stimulation.
Okay.
And sensibility too.
Yeah. Another question is, how is your neurological pain after the epidural stimulation? Did you have before neuropathic pain?
I didn't have much neurological pain, but so sensibility went a little bit down. Now I can feel more on my back. So I feel a bit of pain because it's where was my injury, but I would say that's a good thing because it's going down.
Here's an important thing about it. The epidural stimulation was made first just for neuropathic pain. So maybe Joao didn't have a lot of neuropathic pain or none, but if we have patients with neuropathic pain, we can program also the machine to lower, to get better this neuropathic pain. So yeah, it's helpful too. And it's the first thing that this machine was made for. So it's very useful for that. Let me see. We have another question here, I think. Okay. Is there any other questions from our participants? Let me see, Joao. So I think there are no questions right now. So one of the other things that the epidural stimulation can do, beside the motor function, is the spasm. So that help you, right, Joe?
Yeah.
And we have some programs specially done for spasms. So people that has spasms at night, they can put this program, specifically the program for spasms, so they can sleep better too. Epidural stimulation also helps with bowel and bladder control, but the stem cells can also help with that. So it's a combination there of both. Let me see.
If you have any more questions, please let us know before we finish the webinar.
Let me just see. So Joao, what are your plans now? You go back home.
So I'm gonna practice and do a lot of physiotherapy. My goal this year is to stand every possible chance I have and start walking the walker by myself. So I'm gonna go back home, have the end of the year, and jump right into the rehab.
Good, excellent. One thing I wanted to ask you too is how often do you do physical therapy back home? You have your.
I do 3 times a week in a clinic, and I do more at home, like things I can do by myself. I always do by myself, but I do 3 times a week because it's long. It's almost 3 hours, so I need time to recover too.
Excellent.
And I think it's really important to also say that Joao is in a really good shape, and that helps a lot to improve the results of the epidural stimulation treatment. If you do a lot of physical therapy, if you are in a good weight and everything okay with your health, it could be better for you for the treatment.
Yeah. Joao, how is your muscle trophism in your lower limbs? Had it improved in some way?
My legs improved a lot because I had like I didn't have any contraction in my muscles. They're really loose. Now you can see the muscles, they are tight, and I got a lot of vascularity too. So I think that's really good for your body too.
So I think you've been doing a very good program in the last year. You have been using a lot your epidural stimulation and a lot of physical therapy, which helps a lot, right? But also you work out and you do some sports, right? Is that correct?
Yeah, I'm more focused at the gym right now, and I would say it's really important for resistance, especially for standing. In the beginning, use a lot of your arms and shoulders, and if you can come here trained, your physiotherapies will be better. You have a better.
Okay, perfect. I think we have another question. Let me see. The question is, can you do physical therapy in the United States? So I really don't I don't know if the question is for Joao or for us, but I mean, if you're a patient of the United States and you come with us for treatment, then you can continue doing physical therapy in the United States. The answer is yes. You should continue doing physical therapy anywhere you are in the world.
But we don't have facilities in the US.
We don't have facilities anywhere in the Americas, just in Mexico. So we have facilities in Mexico and Thailand, in Bangkok, Thailand. I don't know if I answered the question correctly. So the physical therapy is, I think, after the surgery and the programming is the most important thing that you should do. Okay. No, that's another no. Okay. So I think we don't have any more questions. Anyone wants to ask a question, please do it before we close the webinar. If you want to do any questions after this in Facebook, then you can do it, and we'll answer in a written way. Okay. Let me see. How long have you done the treatment, Joao? That's the question.
I started the treatment 1 year ago. I had the surgery, so it's one year.
1 year.
And that's here now it's the second time. So that's my first rehab.
Yeah. So the 1 year ago, he came with us for the surgery, the epidural stimulation surgery, and the PT and programming after the surgery. And right now he's coming for rehabbing and PT.
More stem cells.
More stem cells too. Right?
Joao, are you too tired to show us how do you stand up?
I can stand. I just need to get my controller.
Okay.
Yeah.
1 second.
Also, if you want to reach us, please let us phone or WhatsApp or anything. We can contact you on Facebook.
Facebook, Instagram. Put there your questions. We will try to answer in a written way there. You can always ask us. And if you need to reach us, let us have your phone number or email,
WhatsApp.
and we'll gladly contact you.
We are on Facebook as Epidural Stimulation Now, on Instagram Epidural Stimulation Now, Paulina Epidural Stimulation, and also as Verita Neuro.
So we Joao there.
So Joao today already have like 5 hours of PT and training, so he's a little bit tired, but he's gonna show us how he can stem blocking his knees by himself without any bracers. He just needs to turn on his program.
So do you want to
Do you need help?
open the? So this is what you see there with Joao is our gym. This is in Mexico. That's
The
control, you know, and that's where patients do physical therapy here in Mexico. So Joao is actually in the facility. He had made a lot of physical therapy today.
¿Puedes tomar lateral, chava? Para que se vea el bloqueo de las rodillas, por favor.
So there's Joao. There. Excellent.
He's doing the knee blockings by himself, as you can see, without any braces. So that's one of the
Goals
of the treatment.
Yeah, the treatment.
And also he can take a few steps with a He's a little bit tired because there is a lot of work today, but well, as you can see, he can stand up. I think that's enough, right?
Yeah, thank you. Thank you very much.
Joao.
So if there's any more questions, Joe, I want to thank you. We want to thank you for your time.
Thank you.
Thank you for being so kind, for to share with us all your experience and the things that you have done and achieved. You have been a very good patient, one of the best, and we are glad to have you here. So thank you very much.
Thanks, you're welcome. And everyone that has a question or want to ask about the treatment, I'm always open to help. It's a pleasure.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
So we're gonna finish this webinar. If you need any answers, if you have any more questions, please contact us. We'll be we'll be glad to respond anything you want. Okay.
Okay.
Thank you very much.
Thank you. Bye.
Have a good day.